Welcome back. Now we're going to continue our discussion and talk about the different other shapes that we can choose. So let's go ahead and choose the rounded rectangle tool. You can press U if you still had it on rectangle before. Make sure that your shape layer is selected. And as you can see here, you've selected the appropriate one. You have some options here, the same options as before. And you have your radius. Let's set the radius at 0 and let's draw. Up, it's a rectangle. Why? Because there's no radius on the corners. Gotcha. Press Ctrl Z. And let's use 10 pixels. And let's draw. Oh, nice. Not too bad. Press Ctrl Z. Let's try 100. See what that does. Nice. Now, maybe you want to, from a design perspective, maybe you want to keep this corner, this corner, and this corner for some unknown reason. Who knows? So you come over to the paintbrush. I have my different type of brush selected. Just ignore that. It's not a big deal. And then I want to come over here and paint this corner out or mask it out. Look what happens. I can't. Now you have to rasterize the shape layer in order for you to use this. So I'm going to click cancel and click OK. And you're probably saying, well, how do you rasterize a layer? You'd right click and you don't see it, but you would choose rasterize from this flyout menu. But there's another way. So let me go back and select this. Let's go over to the mask panel if it's not already open. Remember, you can go to Window, Mask. You're probably going to see it like this. Just double click and open it. And here you have an option to adjust the density. When you start adjusting the density, look what happens. The colors mixing with the background color and making green. So yellow and blue make green. Interesting, isn't it? See the blue from here? But this isn't affected. Why? Because white is hidden, or white is revealing, and this is the density part that we're messing with. All right. So as you can see here, we can go all the way to this color right here. So this color is mixing with the yellow to get this green color that you've seen. So you can do some pretty neat things there. But let's say that you still wanted to paint this out. How can you do this? How can we get around it? Well, because we have our mask panel open, we can add a pixel-based mask. You can also do it here, but we're going to do it here. And watch what happens in your layers panel. Watch what happens right here. Always your pixel-based mask is always first, and then your vector base is always next. Now I can go back to that paintbrush. I've chosen a different paintbrush. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Make sure the black, and now I can just paint along the edges. I can click on the vector to erase that border there, and I can do some kind of cool effects if I want. Alright, so let me just erase that, and let's select some other options. Let's try ellipse. Ellipse is pretty simple. Draw an ellipse. Press the shift key, constrain it to a circle. Press the space bar, you can move it around. Control Z. If you press the Alt and drag and press Alt will draw from the center. Press Shift will constrain it. Very simple. Let's look at another option. The polygon tool. Polygon tool, how many sides do you want? Do you want 5? Do you want 3? What would 3 sides get you? Yep, you got it. A triangle. And you can move it around however you want. And we're going to draw right there. Let go. Press Ctrl Z. You have other options here. You can change the radius. You can have a star. So if I chose star, watch what happens. Now I have a star triangle. How cool is that? Press Ctrl Z. Let's go back here and do smooth indents. Now you can see how it smooths it. Really nice, huh? You can create some really cool, unique things. Now let's move over to the line tool. The line tool has a weight of 2 pixels. So let's draw. And you can just draw a line. Press the shift key and that will constrain it for you to a straight line. Alright? Well, excuse me for being stupid. Well, actually no. Yeah, see this is going to be a little jaggedy. So you may want to press the shift key to constrain it. Alright, are there options for the line tool? Well, first let me press Ctrl Z to erase it. Ah, there is arrowheads. That's where the arrowheads are. You can use a start. You can change your width, your length, and concavity. Basically just adjust the settings into your liking. And you can see how you can draw arrow out. Alright. You can have an ending arrow if you want. Control Z. Now I just drew out a little arrow here as we can see, And I can come over to, again, that direct selection, come over here, click it, and now I can drag it out and create some more unique shapes. So see, the direct selection allows you to do that. Remember, when you select the path selection tool and you do this, you're moving the whole thing. All right, let me just erase that. Yes. And let's see what else we have. Lastly, we have the custom shape tool. And from here, you can also have options. And you can choose here different types of shapes. Now, you may not see all these shapes. That means you're going to click on this flyout menu and just say all. It's going to ask you, do you want to replace it? Do you want to append it? Just click OK. That's all of them. That means it's going to replace it and show you all. Here you can select different types of shapes, even copyright, register. Let's select one here. I don't know, fire maybe? And then you can drag out the fire. Again, you can constrain it to perfectness, and there you have your fire. But let's say that's a boring fire. Maybe we want something different about it. So we can come over here and set the properties. So we can add a style here. We can go over here and choose image effects and see what this will do. That looks kind of boring. Web styles. Let's see what this will do. We're going to select this one. The color. We're going to change the color. I don't know. We'll change over here just real quick. I don't like that. No. I'll go back over here. Now I'll change blue. Okay. Now let's see what we get. Now we get a cool looking fire. This is an interesting thing. If you leave this indented and you come over here and you change it, you can change it right now. But if you uncheck this, then whatever style you create will apply to the next style. See, watch what happens. Green. See, it doesn't change to green. But when I draw the fire again, it becomes green. So just remember this. When this is checked, it will affect the style right now as you see it. When it's unchecked, it applies to the new one. If you're not happy, you can always go over here and choose no style. And then you can also change the color. So that's something else that you can do.